Winchester community is mourning 15-year-old McKenna Letcher, who was hit and killed by a school bus Tuesday morning.
It happened on Veterans Memorial Parkway in Winchester. McKenna was a freshman at George Rogers Clark High School. Well, now county leaders are reassessing the safety of that intersection due to increasing foot traffic in the area.
WKYT's Alyssa Williams talked with county leaders and residents there. And Alyssa's joining us now. What are they suggesting as the next steps?
If you take a look behind me right now, you can see a memorial for 15-year-old McKenna Letcher. Many may say this serves as a reminder for everyone in the area that we all must do more to ensure something like this doesn't happen again.
Just complete shock. I don't think there's any way you can wrap your mind around any of it. It's just a horrid situation just for everyone involved.
Community members like Jess Taves are expressing their thoughts on the death of 15-year-old McKenna Letcher on Tuesday.
I think there's a lot of talk in Winchester about just traffic signals, lighting, and I think it's really brought up that situation just all over the whole town.
That's something Clark County District 3 Magistrate Stephen Craycraft is bringing up as well. He says the intersection where Letcher was hit does not have ample lighting or the features pedestrians and bicyclists need. And with this area having more foot traffic as time goes on, he says that needs to change.
Crossing the parkway, you have 20 seconds to cross 4 lanes of highway plus the median, which, that might be something that needs to be looked at.
Craycraft says he's been speaking with the Kentucky Department of Highways to see what can be done to help pedestrians.
We would probably like for the Department of Highways to give these intersections a look and see about possibly putting lighting in there, crosswalks, a button for signal changing, and more time to get across these roads.
But until these changes are made, Taves says there's a bigger message that can be taken away from a tragedy like this.
It has created an urgency that we need to come together and take care of each other.
Craycraft adds that over time, the shoulders along these roadways have gotten thinner, making it almost impossible for people to walk along the roads safely. So if you're walking or running in this area, he says you should try wearing reflective clothing, limit distractions like wearing headphones, and always be aware of your surroundings. In Winchester, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Well, certainly a lot of conversation about it at this point. Alyssa, thank you. And Letcher's visitation is going to be tonight until 7 o'clock at the Leon Pace Memorial Chapel.